Yay! It's good to see
Yay!
you.
Just before I joined, my internet was doing that circle, and I said, "Oh no, 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 no,
No.
not now!" But luckily, it cooperated.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Welcome, Abby. Thank you for joining us. If you could introduce yourself really quickly and tell us who you are and what you do, and then we can get into our little chat.
I'm Abby Farr. I'm the owner of Tillage Clothing, where I design sustainable apparel to help give back and fight human trafficking. Yeah,
that's a lot.
That was loaded.
Right? So it's, you're like, no big deal, just to help, just these things. So how long have you
7 years old, believe it or not.
Now?
So I launched it out in Southern California. When I moved back to the Midwest, to Cincinnati, when I was helping take care of my parents, I went on about a 3-year hiatus. So shelved it for a few years. So I feel like I've relaunched it in the past year and a half. Yeah.
And I feel like many businesses have had to do that anyway, because the landscape has changed so much. So in your relaunch, what has changed? Now you're doing men's clothing as well. Is that new?
That's as new as this past December. Well? We just launched the men's line in December. So that's been a long time coming, and it's taking off great. So I'm really pleased to finally add that to our collection.
So when you're just saying, so your mission is supporting these organizations. So how do you choose the ones to work with? There's so many out there. How did you narrow it down to the ones that you want specifically to support?
So many, right? And they're all doing such amazing work. So it's not an easy decision. So far, what I've done, because I am such a small business and I want to really hone in the maximum bang for my buck, so to speak, for lack of a better word, I've tried to collaborate locally, because just my whole nature and the vibe of my brand is very grassroots. So I've tried to collaborate with organizations wherever I am. So when I was in San Diego, I partnered with an organization out in San Diego, and now that I'm Cincinnati based, there are a couple of different organizations here locally, because every life matters. And so just making that dent in one life rather than getting overwhelmed by the vastness of the issue, I found that really, not only can we give back financially, when you're local, you actually can volunteer and collaborate with them in a more intimate way.
Wow. And what particularly drew you to this cause? There's so many, organizations, not only within specifically what you're working in, but just in general. What was there something that was specific to this?
Yeah, in
really,
my mid-20s, I saw some film in Mumbai, India, where I just saw young women and children being sexed out, not to be vulgar, but where just all day long they were living in a brothel, just not doing anything else with their life, not even seeing the light of day. And it got me. It's not like I haven't had a lot of personal firsthand experience, thank God, with the issue, but it just compelled me. I'm a very passionate person about freedom and each person's individual freedom. So it was just a no-brainer for me. And I knew as an entrepreneur, whatever business I would start down the road, that would be the cause we connected to.
And it's so interesting that you say that you work locally, because I mean, it's not something that I would tend to think as a local like it's not something you think about that happens in this country in this time of day, but it's like, obviously it does, and I think just the education part of it is what's fascinating to me, because you don't think, oh, Cincinnati is a big source of human trafficking, but it is, and I think people tend to either not be aware or maybe not want to.
It is really true. And both San Diego and Cincinnati happen to be in the top 10 cities in the U.S. And there are a variety of reasons why. And that's usually on Tuesdays. I do a post to be more informative and educational on the issue. So I won't dive too deep into that right now. But because of that, and just exactly what you said, that it's such an intense issue. If you really think about it, a lot of people don't want to dig too deep. It's easier to just know that it exists, but kind of pretend like it doesn't. And so I thought, gosh, what better way than slow down fashion, which human trafficking runs rampant in that environment anyway, and creates a become part of the slow fashion movement, where we watch piece by piece being made right here in the United States, where everyone's getting paid a fair wage, and then full cycle give back to the cause. So then people that their hearts feel compelled toward the cause, yet they don't have the time of day to maybe volunteer or get more invested, they can shop that way, and they're giving back. They're still finding a way to give back. Yeah.
I love that. Is this your only?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw your lips moving and I didn't hear your words.
Oh, I said, do you have any other companies that you're launching, or is this your one big
This is really
project
my big project. There are a lot of things I want to do with it in addition to clothing. Like, I'm passionate about writing and meditation, so I want to incorporate a beautiful journal to come alongside of it. So just a few other things up my sleeve that are in the works. But I think it will all fall under the umbrella of Tillage.
I love it. I love it. It's going to be like a lifestyle thing, a whole 360
exactly
thing working on. I love it. And I loved in your promo video that you posted the other day, the way you describe the pants. And this gets me every time because I want to put them on. You say buttery soft. Yeah. I love buttery soft. And I love that description. It's just, I can feel it on me. It just seems, I think during the pandemic, I think I became very aware. We were hyper aware of so many things, but one of them was just feeling comfortable in what you're wearing every day. I was home a lot and just wanting things that were soft and comforting. So I really appreciated that's one of the ways that you describe. It's just something that's very comfortable to wear. And we want to be comfortable, right? There's so much discomfort in the world lately. Like, let's at least be comfortable in the clothing that we're wearing.
And then be able to wear that out and about because you don't feel like you're in your PJs. You can add versatility and layers and jewelry if you want. Yeah.
So what's the thing as a small business owner that surprised you the most about owning a small business, that you were like, that's something I didn't expect, or
that is a great question. There have been more than one thing, but I would say, as with everyone, no one could have predicted a pandemic to come along. So that forced further creativity, but also just the organization. I'm such a creative mind, and marketing, sales. I love that personal connection with people that our potential customers, and the education piece. So to realize how organized you have to be as an entrepreneur and small business owner, and really maximizing every single moment you have to pour into the business in an efficient manner. Are a couple of things I've learned along the way.
I think organization, that's a very key word for me as well, because if you're not organized, it's going to cause a lot of problems down the line. It definitely makes things a lot easier when you're doing it. And I see that you've been at a lot of festivals lately. You've been doing a lot of events locally. Are there any more that are coming up that you're excited about?
It's called a Spring Fling. And it's associated with a wine festival. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then the following day, I'll do more of a maker's market. So I'm really not above or below any type. I love all styles of markets. Again, just seeing the creativity and a group of people gathered together that are supporting local businesses means a lot to me. So I'll even pop up at yoga studios and bar studios in my neck of the woods and when I'm traveling.
I love that. I love it. So today is International Women's Day. Is there anyone that you want to shout out today? Anyone that's been in your life that you're
oh my gosh, such a great question. I'm so grateful for you for finding me and reaching out about this collaboration. My mom has been a huge influence for me. She has run an entire nonprofit before in her younger years, where she house 200 marginalized women in society that would be homeless otherwise. So just to have kind of such a badass mom to watch growing up, who kind of were at a time when a lot of moms were stay at home in my community, really showed me what grit looks like in a tangible way. So I'm going to go ahead and give one to my mom right now. But there's so many women out there, and I just say be brave and go for whatever is tickling inside of you to get going for yourself, whether it's small. It doesn't have to be an entire business, but just whatever's sparking you right now.
I love that. Abby, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for supporting our next issue. It's only because of people like you that we can actually create our magazine. So thank you so much for being a part of it, and I'm looking forward to collaborating in the future.
Thanks so much for having me. Happy National Women's Day. You too. Bye.
Take care.
Woo-hoo. Bye.